Hey everyone, hoi allemaal. So in today's video I'm going to start some more plants from seeds, some annuals as well, some sunflowers, and maybe do some other stuff, but I'll see where this afternoon takes me. So I did prep some things yesterday. I made some pots. So here, some pots from toilet paper roll. So it's a square now. I will add that. I filmed that yesterday. I will add that footage in after I'm done blabbing and talking. So I have 4 helianthus is the botanical name for sunflower. I did not know that, so there you go. I have this one, which is called sun gold, which grows to be about 180 centimeters. No idea what that is in feet. I will Google it and put it on the screen. And the other one is called Moulin Rouge, which is this one. It's a nice red. Can you see? Yes. It's a nice red one, which grows to about unknown 150 centimeters, so a little bit smaller than the other. This one is called in Dutch it's avondrood, which translates to evening red, but maybe there's a better name for it. It looks a bit lighter than the Moulin Rouge, but we'll see. This one also grows to be 180 centimeters. And the last one, which is a giant sunflower, which is this one, which grows to be about 250 centimeters. So that's tall. All of them are going to be taller than me. But yeah, this is the Helianthus annus gigantus, which I think sounds awesome, but maybe that's just me. And I know you can also plant these outside directly, but they're going in a spot, which I can show you in a second, but it's a spot where the lawnmower comes very close. Well, there's a small border where nothing is planted, since the lawnmower can get to that properly, because there's a brick wall behind it from the neighbors. I believe it's their carport, you would say. So it's a small strip, but since I would like to give them a head start, I'm pre-seeding them, pre-planting them. Well, I'm already making plants from them, so that's why I wanted to do it. And yeah, the other, well, not a problem, but well, it's a little bit of a problem. The only seed starting soil I have is the one that I already put in this bucket, and I already pre-moistened it. So if I don't have any, I cannot plant all the other things, because I have the sunflowers I really want to do. So if I only have enough soil for those, then I'll be fine. I also have 5 more perennial seeds that I think are amazing, awesome, but I don't have any more seed starting mix, so that's the thing. That's the downside of lockdown, not having to easily visit a garden center and get some more seed mix. Or, well, I would say for next year I would at least need 2 bags, maybe even 3, because I like starting these seeds from plants, but especially if I want to start more annual seeds, then I will need some more seed starting mix. So yeah, I will show you the spot where these are going to go, which I can show you from the rooftop terrace. And then I will fill up all the paper tube thingies, pots. English is difficult. And then I'll, do something. Well, seed them of course, and maybe I'll do something else afterwards, but yeah, let me show you where they're going and we'll get started. And then I'll probably edit in the footage of me making the paper pots, but yeah, anyways. I hope you can hear me over the wind, but let me see. That's the wall I meant, and there's like a little gap without grass along there. And I also put some cocoa shells and cardboard there and on that side. On that side I'm going to leave it, but on that side I'm going to remove it again, which is a shame, but it will suppress the weeds for now. And I will... Ooh. Excuse me. I will put down some annual seeds there and also mix in some annual seeds when I plant up the helianthus, the sunflowers, along there, so they can get tall, and then there'll be some other plants lower and they will get full sun, which they want and need. So yeah, we'll see. So today's project is going to be making more toilet paper roll pots, since I have 2 empty greenhouse containers, however you want to call it, and I still have a lot of seeds. I was like, yeah, I want to make use of the space I have now and start some more plants from seed, and maybe even some annual seeds, see how that goes. And yeah, but the first step is making some toilet paper roll bags. Gosh, that's a good Scrabble word. Let me show you what I plan on doing. Then we'll talk about, then you'll see me execute it and hopefully it works. Okay, so the idea that I have, well, I cannot take credit for it because I did some not a lot of research, but the method I used before is I just cut normal sized roll in half and then just plopped it in my greenhouse tray, or greenhouse tray, whatever. And without a bottom, which was not very helpful, as I found out. But there are also videos where people make a bottom, which is more time consuming, but I'll see if it's worth the effort. And one I found used, a normal toilet paper roll and marked off 2 centimeters at the bottom, or from the bottom. That's this template, so this is the size of the toilet paper roll and this is 2 centimeters, so I don't have to measure every one of them as one. And I also squished them very well, so now it's like a square more than a circle. And now I will make cuts into them, or until the line, I should say. Oh. And then and then fold that over. And just tap it. And what he did, and that's why I have some water, is he watered, made sure the bottom was soft. And then he would place them in the tray. And then they will dry up like that. Like a square and with a solid bottom. So that's basically it. So I just squash them. And again, I cannot take credit for it. It is a Belgian YouTuber, Angelo Dorni. I will link him down below, definitely. And yeah, so again, squash it. So now it's square. Line it up with my templates. Mark. And something like that. Cut in all the corners, or make a cut in all the corners until the line. Yeah. Yeah, fold in all the sides, because I also saw methods where you have to fold them like underneath each other, which is also very sturdy. I get that, but it's also more difficult because you have to, well, in Dutch we would say pietlutterig, very small jobs. Maybe if I had kids, I would let my kids do it, but I don't. So that's basically it. And I have a whole bag to get through. So I'll just make a time lapse and I'll fill both of them up and see how many I can make. This took me about an hour and I would say 15 minutes. And this little one yielded 28 pots, and this one 35, so 63 in total. And now that I know how many fit in each, and I have 3 more of these, so for next year I know, and just one of this, it'll be easier because I know how many pots I need to fold, draw on, and I also noticed that I could just draw one line at the bottom instead of flipping it, so that also made it go faster. So yeah. And one thing I forgot to mention in the beginning is that since these are wet now, it's best to leave them for about 24 hours to let them dry out, and then they will have set properly, and the bottom folds will they could still come apart, but yeah, give them time, let them dry out, and then use them. So for me, tomorrow I will start putting soil in them. The bigger question will be if I have enough soil to fit to do both. But yeah, that's a problem for tomorrow. So let me explain what I'm doing. So I did have enough soil to fill this one tray and almost this tray, and I've got some new soil here, which is normally I would use this for my indoor plants. Well, that's what it's for indoor plants, but it's relatively loose and airy, so I thought it would also be good to start some seeds in, especially the sunflowers, since for one they are big seeds, and you could also plant them outside directly in the soil. So I was like, yeah, they should not really have a problem with that, but yeah, that's just my reasoning. And depending on how I edit it, but I added some boiling water to this, and I think I put the cinnamon and garlic powder in off camera, but the hot water, I saw a reel somewhere, on Instagram, but from someone that said that could help with fungus gnats, which I do have some fungus gnats, not going to lie about that. And the cinnamon and the garlic can also help deter that. The cinnamon is mostly for some antifungal properties. And the hot water is, like I said, for fungus gnats, which I will let this cool down a bit. And yeah. Which gives me time to give you some updates. In my houseplant video tour, I showed you the my dahlias, which I am pre-starting. No idea what that is in English, but as you can see, here we have some start, and here as well. Also in the big bin, and in the other bin behind that. And Snoopy is also here. He says hello. And let me also give you an update on the other seedlings, which are in here. Well, they never left, but they are doing well. The only thing, and they need water, I can see. The only thing that I would have done differently is, for one, started them later, since they are now big, and I would like to transplant them into bigger pots, but I don't have room inside anywhere for bigger pots. And second, and outside it's still freezing, and I don't want to put them outside yet. And the other reason why I have two, one of this tray left, and the other one I didn't use when I started these perennials. I only used four of those. So the other one that I have now, that I'm starting up now. But all the plants that did not come up, so all the seeds that did not come up, I just tossed. I was fed up with it. And in the last couple of days, I was what shall I start? And should I do something? And I just decided to do something. And so from every plant that I started, I have plants, and some more than others. But yeah. And they are all, and as you can see, a lot of fungus gnats. So yeah, I will get back to my filling duties, seeding duties, and then, yeah. so they're all planted, put in place, and well, these are the sunflowers, which is a very tight fit, but it fits, so I will try not to move. But let me show you, well, I will put the name on the screen and in the description box the full name, but this is a lupin, which is a light purple one. This is a... in Dutch we say vingerhoedskruid. I'm not sure what the English is. I will put it on the screen, but this, well, normally it's a biannual, and this is supposedly a perennial, but we will see. This is a rubia I cannot pronounce it, but that's a plant which I'm not sure if you're familiar with the butterfly. No, the hummingbird butterfly. And I love that little creature, and I do have a lot of flowers for it. But this is a plant which the caterpillar can live off, since, well, if you want more butterflies, you need to think of all the stages of the butterfly, which a butterfly doesn't become a butterfly out of thin air. It needs to be a caterpillar first. This is a salvia variety. Put up a picture, and this is another salvia, and in case you don't know, I love my salvias. That's going to be it for today. I'm pooped, I'm done. I had many more plans, but a lot of those plans are not going to get done, so I'm glad I got this done, and let's hope every seed also germinates and I get a lot of plants, which I can already see it, like a wall of sunflowers and more, and plants lured, and like my own personal Instagram photo wall with sunflowers. So yeah. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And yeah, thank you. Bye allemaal. Bye allemaal. Bye everyone. Dag allemaal.